faithfully delivering value and interpreting the world's great books. Hello, this is Sally's Book Talk. Today, I'm diving into the book, What Fish Know for You. You've probably heard the myth that a fish's memory lasts only 7 seconds. Well, that's one of the most widespread and misleading rumors out there. If I told you fish not only have amazing memories, but are super smart, smarter than monkeys, you'd find it unbelievable. I mean, isn't fish just tasty, cold-blooded food? Honestly, we've all seriously underestimated how incredible fish are and are full of misunderstandings about them. When we think of fish, it's usually about braised, steamed, or fried dishes. But fish aren't just ingredients. They represent over 60% of the world's vertebrates. A mysterious species evolved over 300 million years with more types than mammals, reptiles, amphibians, and birds combined. Fish aren't as low intelligence as we think. Their smarts even put primates to shame. Fish are conscious and emotional. They get picky like cats, act cute for attention, and even seek affection. They also cooperate, communicate, form social ranks, and have their own social circles. Is this really the fish we know? This book promises to completely change how you see fish. The author, Jonathan Balcom, is a renowned American animal behaviorist who's been a commentator for BBC and National Geographic. With vivid scientific facts, the author shows us that fish really do know it all. Right after launch, this book snagged Amazon's 2016 Book of the Year, Forbes's top 10 in biological sciences, and Nature magazine's top 10 popular science books, with tons of praise. Next up, I'll guide you through three aspects: IQ, EQ, senses, and reproduction to rediscover the high IQ underwater world. You'll discover all sorts of unheard of fish species, and their names and looks will be in the listening notes. First, let's tackle fish's IQ and EQ by clearing up a huge misconception. Fish memory lasts only 7 seconds. The hidden message here is that fish are simple-minded, low-level creatures. We usually judge a species' intelligence by the ratio of brain weight to body weight. Remember, it's the proportion, not the absolute size. For instance, most animals have a brain-to-body ratio of just a few tenths of a percent. Chimpanzees hit about 1.1%, and humans top out at 2%. With a fixed body weight, a bigger brain-to-body ratio means the brain gets more energy and becomes more advanced. So, if we use this standard, fish have a tiny brain ratio, but it's shaky to say they're dumb because they don't deal with gravity like we do. And, water's buoyancy fights gravity, letting them live in a near weightless environment. Wow, fish can get huge in theory, proving that size and smarts aren't linked for them. So for fish, that brain ratio isn't a strict measure of how smart they are. Modern cognitive ecology says that smarts come from survival needs. Yeah, if nature throws hurdles, animals gain brain power to leap over them. Fish deal with survival too. And you can find parallels for what mammals or birds learn in fish. And in tougher spots, you gotta have a keen brain to survive. Take the tide pool sculpin. Its habitat means it's got great memory and spatial skills. Tide pool sculpins hang out in little pools by the coast. Lots of food, but birds swoop in for snacks. They gotta bolt at any moment, but where to? Wow, their getaway trick is incredible. They leap to other pools at high tide, swimming and memorizing the terrain to map out an escape, meeting memory and spatial smarts. Studies find that sculpins have lots of brain gray matter for spatial memory. They can map things out, showing fish aren't dumb or forgetful. Well, sure, there are tons of fish types, and not all are brainy. Some argue that sculpins' tricks are just survival skills, not smarts, more born with it than learned. All right, so here's another case. 2 plates of the same food. If you munch the blue one first, the red plate gets snatched. But if you go for red first, blue stays. So which plate do you pick? Obviously, you'd pick the red plate. All right, now it's the animal's turn. Scientists tested 8 capuchin monkeys, 4 orangutans, 4 chimpanzees, and 6 cleaner wrasses, having them choose food from plates. So, the result? All six cleaner wrasses learned to eat from the red plate first, averaging just 45 trials to get it. In contrast, our primate relatives were shocking. Only two chimpanzees solved it after 60 or 70 trials. And the rest, chimps, orangutans, and capuchins, just couldn't learn it no matter what. One researcher even tested his own 4-year-old daughter with the same experiment. After 100 trials, the little girl still didn't learn to eat the chocolate from the red plate first. So now you've got to admit fish aren't dumb, right? They clearly show signs of intelligence. So can we go further? Do fish have higher level intelligence, like using tools? Actually, yes. In 2009, scientists captured the first footage of fish using tools. A tuskfish wanted to eat a clam, cracked open its hard shell, then carried it to a big rock, putting on an amazing show. The fish quickly shook its head, slamming the clam against the rock, and after several tries, the shell finally shattered. Over the next 20 minutes, it ate 3 more clams using the same method. This whole sequence left everyone stunned. As far as we know, tool use is limited to just a few fish species. The tuskfish's intelligence in the fish world is like primates in mammals. Fish intelligence isn't just individual, it shows in their social lives. Complex, high EQ circles, even forming something like social contracts. Fish socialize beyond their own kind. Just like we don't just stick to family, we go out to restaurants or barbershops. For these places to thrive, they need good offerings to keep customers coming back. Something similar happens in coral reef communities. The service staff here include dozens of fish species that clean parasites, dead skin, algae, etc. off other fish. So they're collectively called cleaner fish. Cleaner fish offer services at specific spots, changing their swimming posture and body color to signal they're open. Over 100 fish species come for cleaning services, with an average of more than 2,000 customers daily. Amazingly, the client-cleaner relationship isn't random. Each cleaner fish stores a huge customer database in its mind. Regular customers get longer service time. If a fish misses its last cleaning, the cleaner fish prioritizes it next time. They can recognize over 100 different species of clients and remember their last service details. But as the saying goes, no merchant isn't cunning. Some cleaner fish play little tricks while servicing clients. Instead of eating parasites, they prefer the protective mucus on big fish's skin. Some sneaky cleaner fish sneak a bite during service. Clients don't like that, so they mentally rate each cleaner fish. Cleaner fish that always sneak bites get less business, while honest ones have booming shops. When other fish are watching, cleaner fish act more dutifully and diligently, just like a human free market system, built on trust, choice, punishment, and reputation. Fish not only build harmonious societies underwater, but also bond with humans. Many aquarium fish love playing with trusted divers. They snuggle in their arms like puppies and let people pet them. You can pet fish like cats or dogs. Some pet fish enjoy being pampered by their owners. The author shares a case. Someone had an Oscar fish and said goodnight every night. The fish always rested near the tank side closest to the owner's bed, no matter where it was moved, showing fish form friendships like cats and dogs. In some parts of Europe, it's illegal to keep a lonely whale in an empty fish tank. Because in the wild, whales are social animals living for decades. And, you can't deprive it of social rights now that we know about fish's IQ and EQ. Oh, maybe you still find it hard to believe that fish, seeming expressionless and low-key, are actually so full of hidden depths. Actually, fish don't just have clever brains, their senses are super sharp too. Saying they see all around and hear everything isn't overstating it at all. All right, now let's dive into understanding fish's senses together. First up, vision. Fish always look like they're staring without blinking. That's because the watery environment keeps them moist, so they don't need eyelids. Wow. The coolest thing about fish eyes? Their field of view is huge. Human eyes are about 120 degrees, but fish can hit 220 degrees, even seeing behind and to their sides. Oh, South America's four-eyed fish can use each eye for two things. Each eye splits into upper and lower parts that work on their own. When they get near the surface, the top half of their eyes gives them perfect air vision. The bottom half sees underwater clearly. Now, creatures like seahorses and flounders have strong eye muscles that let each eye look in different directions. One eye can even wink at a crush. Meanwhile, the other eye's on high alert for predators. We humans probably can't even imagine this visual experience. Moving on to hearing. Fish don't have ears because they don't need them. Water is a perfect conductor for sound waves. Sound waves in water have wavelengths 5 times longer than in air. Longer wavelengths mean faster travel. Since fish bodies are mostly water, sound goes right through to the inner ear in their skull. That's why their hearing's super sharp. Some fish can hear way beyond what humans can. Like the sounds from ocean currents mixing, waves from weather shifts, tides from the moon's pull. These can drop to 1 hertz, which we humans can't hear, but fish get it loud and clear. You know those don't tap the glass signs in aquariums? One big reason is fish's sharp hearing. It scares them bad. All right, finally, let's cover smell and taste. A fish's sense of smell is nearly 500 times better than ours. They use their sharp smell to figure out their surroundings. The smell champ had be the American eel. In an area as big as a standard swimming pool, it can detect even a 1 in 10 million drop of water from its homeland. By tracing the scent of its homeland, it migrates thousands of miles back to specific spawning grounds. The bowfin fish also actively releases scents to attract mates, but this method isn't very civilized. Male fish swim upstream of females and frequently pee to attract partners with the scent. Oh, partners can not only smell it but also taste it. So what about fish's sense of taste? Like humans, fish have tongues, but their taste buds aren't just on the tongue. The channel catfish has 680,000 taste buds spread all over its body. Can you imagine feeling like your whole body is a tongue? That number of taste buds is about 100 times more than humans. What if fish need so many taste buds for? Of course, it's to enjoy food. If you watch aquarium fish closely, you'll see them sometimes take a small bite of food, spit it out, taste it several times before deciding to eat it. Actually, quite a few fish are picky eaters, like the Pacific halibut, not the hot pot dipping sauce from Chengdu, but a type of fish. If they encounter disliked food, they'll sharply turn away, swim off quickly, and keep shaking their head or nodding, just like a kid. And childish. Beyond these senses, similar to humans, fish have abilities we lack, like salmon's geomagnetic sense, basically a built-in GPS. After living in the ocean for years, they can swim back accurately from the deep sea to shallow waters or near shore to spawn at their birthplace. Every cell in salmon contains magnetite crystals, like a compass needle, allowing the cell to rotate automatically in a magnetic field. Salmon sense this internal rotational force to navigate along Earth's magnetic field. With such powerful senses, it naturally raises the question, do fish feel pain? Visually, mammalian pain shows in facial expressions, twisted features, grimacing. But while fish can't frown or smile, they're the first animals on Earth to truly have faces. Most people believe cold-blooded animals like fish don't experience pain. Some scientists have presented brain structure evidence suggesting fish lack sensation. This theory claims feeling pain requires having a neocortex. It states the cerebral cortex divides from inside out into archicortex, paleocortex, and neocortex. Oh, the neocortex is the outermost layer, folded like cauliflower, where consciousness emerges. This layer evolved last and exists only in mammals. By this cortex-centric view, only mammals can be conscious. But there's a major flaw in this argument. Birds also lack a neocortex, yet we accept their consciousness. So logically, might fish, also neocortex free, have awareness too? To study fish pain perception, scientists injected trout with small venom doses and measured their gill movement rates. This metric reflects fish distress levels. Wow, trout gill rates soared from approximately 50 to approximately 90 per minute, clearly showing distress. But critics question, is this true pain or just reflex? Oh, these are vastly different things. Like when you jerk your hand from heat, that's reflex, not brain registered pain. Heat receptors send signals to the spine, which orders muscles to withdraw, no brain involvement. Later, the spine reports to the brain, hey, something hot happened. So we feel, ouch, that burns after pulling away. Now, when fish react to stimuli, is it real pain or just reflex? Researchers then fixed mini heaters to goldfish and slowly increased temperature. As their bodies heated, goldfish showed pain responses, twisting constantly. They then turned off heaters to restore normal temps, but the goldfish kept panicking, thrashing tails as if still tortured. This shows goldfish feel both sharp pain from stimuli and lingering pain after it stops. So, this persistent pain means it's not just a reflex response. Experiments show when fish get hurt, their forebrain and midbrain show clear EEG activity, and different stimuli create different patterns. This also overturns the idea that fish pain responses are just reflexes. What's more, tons of evidence shows fish, like land vertebrates, avoid pain and pay cost to relieve it. In another test, scientists made one tank end lively with plants and stones, and the other barren. After injecting acetic acid into fish and putting painkillers in the barren end, plant-loving goldfish abandoned their preference and swam to the pain relief zone. But with all this evidence, more biologists and vets accept fish feel pain. In some countries, this means fish now get animal welfare protections like pets and livestock. So, for example, UK and Norwegian fish farms use humane slaughter methods. They don't let fish slowly suffocate in air anymore. Instead, they stun them with a head blow before processing. So far, we've covered fish IQ, EQ, and senses. In some ways, they're no weaker than mammals, showing deep biological connections. But land and sea are totally different worlds. In some aspects, fish and land animals are worlds apart. This gap is clearest in reproduction. Let's explore fish's wild reproductive methods next. Fish have over 32 reproductive methods. Their sexual flexibility beats any other vertebrates. How flexible? Many fish can switch genders back and forth, even producing both sperm and eggs simultaneously. This superpower maximizes reproduction, especially in the dark deep sea where finding a mate is tough. For example, the mangrove rivulus fish can reproduce all by itself. Reproduction matters, but for some fish, gender's bigger role is maintaining social order. Status equals mating rights. Oh, in some schools, the biggest fish is the breeding female, and all others are male. And they rank by size. The female only mates with the largest male. When the female dies, the top male switches gender to female. Each fish knows its place until higher ranks open up. Opposite to this harem system is the polygynous red porgy, where one male leads many females. When the male dies, the strongest female turns male and takes over. Of approximately 30,000 fish species, over 400 can change sex. Some switch in seconds. Some even change gender 20 times a day to solve mating issues. After mating comes egg laying, and it's not random with predators everywhere. One slip, and fertilized eggs become caviar in predators' mouths. Fish protect their young so fiercely, even humans are impressed. The mangrove killifish are model parents, the world's only freshwater fish that doesn't lay eggs in water. An innovative survival strategy, they lay eggs on leaves above water, completely avoiding aquatic dangers. Parents leap together onto chosen leaves, releasing sperm and eggs mid-air to stick to the leaf. During incubation, the male moisturizes the eggs, splashing water onto them every minute until fry hatch and drop into water. Thankfully, Incubation lasts just 3 to 4 days. Otherwise, dad might work himself to death. But they're not the only great dads. Seahorses are Earth's only male pregnant animals. Females deposit eggs into the male's brood pouch, where he fertilizes and carries them. After 20 days of pregnancy, he gives birth, ensuring he's the biological father since pregnancy demands huge energy investment. Funny thing is, this male focused parenting system leaves moms unsure if the kids are even theirs. Oh, some male brood pouches hold eggs from up to 6 different females. Dads do their part, but moms aren't idle either. Female cichlids protect eggs and fry with an ingenious method, mouth brooding, carrying their young in their mouths. Heartbreaking dedication. They go weeks without food or water, some even starving to death. Gotta say, maternal love is truly extraordinary. So, we've explored fish from all angles. To sum up our scientific understanding of fish in one sentence, they're not cold objects, but living, feeling animals. They learn, feel, experience joy and sorrow, and even show responsibility. But what's their reality like? In this human dominated world, being a fish is brutal. Bodies pierced by hooks, dragged from water in nets. When sharks are finned alive or red snapper sliced for sashimi while breathing, we hear no screams, see no tears. But fish know it all. They feel the suffering humans inflict. Humans and fish share evolutionary roots. When we see fish as conscious beings, we might build a whole new relationship with them. As a poet said, nothing changed except my attitude. So everything changed. And so everything changes, yes, fish truly know it all. That wraps up our dive into this book. Find notes below the audio. See you tomorrow.